Welcome to Gail Scott Key's Entertainment Now, brought to you in part by Isola. Inspired women's footwear. Isola's collections are perfectly suited to discerning women seeking exquisite design. Visit the website at isolashoes.com, ISOLA shoes.com. We'll be right back with your host and her guest right after this from Isola. Isola is a luxe collection of elegant, distinctive footwear for the modern woman. Inspired by the finest things in life with intricate details, lavish materials, and sumptuous comfort. Isola's refined artistry and impeccable styling are perfectly suited to the discerning woman who knows that exquisite doesn't have to mean extravagant. Visit our website at isolashoes.com, ISOLA shoes.com.
Hello, and thank you again for tuning in to my show, Gail Scott Key's Entertainment Now on the all-new Tap the Mic Radio Network. And I'm so excited to have you along with me. I hope your work week has been well, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend on tap. Just remember, you can catch the show on a new time, Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, then on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And hey, not only will I help you kick off your weekend, but I'll be right there when you unwind from doing all of those wonderful Saturday household chores. Isn't that nice to me? Then you can kick up your feet and tune in and join me at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, how is that for closeness? But I'm not going to do your dishes. No, I'm not going to even vacuum. And I love vacuuming, but no, don't know you that well. Anyway, I hope you are having a great time. And if you were brand new, welcome to the show as well. You can catch the show on Tap the Mic Radio Network on Blog Talk and also on YouTube, a little special treat for you. So that's a lot of fun, isn't it? Of course it is. We always try to make it fun around here for you. I want you to become a Facebook fan of the show. All you have to do is hop online. You're already there as you're tuning into the show. You can also catch me on Twitter. You can follow and be in the know of what wonderful stars will be joining me on my show, like in just a few. I'm so excited to bring him back on my show. My very special guest who joined me on the TV version of my show over, I believe it was about 2 years ago, returned. And he is a former member of the Isley brothers and Isley-Jasper-Isley. I can't tell you how many people, when they found out he was coming on, were freaking out, asking me, can you ask Chris this? Can you ask him that? Guess what? This is what I want to ask you on behalf of Chris before he gets on the phone with me in just a few. Why don't you tune in for the fact that he is going to be releasing a new CD in just a few days, and it's called Share With Me. That's right, guys. All you Chris Jasper fans, get ready for this. It's scheduled to drop on September 19th, and this version that I'm going to play for you, I was going to do it after I wrapped up my interview with Chris, but I'm going to tell you right now, it gives me such goosebumps. I said, I'm going to do it at the beginning. What I'm talking about is Chris once again slays the mic, and with his wonderful vocal, he has now the advance release of the cover of Billy Preston and Joe Cocker's classic, You Are So Beautiful. Remember that? Okay. I want you to get comfortable. I want you to ease into your seat. I want you to grab the hand of a loved one if they're nearby. If they're not, put them on the phone, put them on speaker, because I am about to lay our hurting on your ears and your heart once you hear this rendition. And I'm going to have you check it out. And then when I come back, I will be joined with singer, composer, producer, and again, award-winning Hall of Famer and Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Chris Jasper on Gail Scott Key's Entertainment Now on the all-new Tap the Mic Radio Network.
You are so beautiful to me. Yes, to me, girl. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything that I need now. Oh yeah, you are so beautiful to me. Yes, to me, girl, you are so beautiful to me, yeah. Whoa, to me, baby. Oh, you are so beautiful to me, yeah. Can't you see? You're everything that I hope for. You're everything that I need, baby. Oh, you are so beautiful. Hey now, you are so beautiful. Girl, you are so beautiful to me.
Listening to the advanced release of Chris Jasper's cover of the Billy Preston Joe Cocker classic, You Are So Beautiful, as his soon-to-be-released new CD is going to be out September 19th, which is called Share With Me. And sharing with me, as he's on the line right now, is Hall of Famer and Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award recipient and a return guest to my show, Chris Jasper. Chris, thank you so much for returning to the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Well, let me tell you, after that song, I think everybody's fanning themselves, Chris.
Fantastic. Everything's going great here. Great.
Oh, it sounded. That is amazing. I know people can tune in. All your fans can check in on that new release and hear that on Soul Track's First Listen. And I know also that they want to, if they can visit Chris Jasper's official website, which is chrisjasper.hearnow.com. Chris, this new CD that is out in just a few days, tell me, what has been the inspiration? I mean, I know you've done this before with other cover songs, but this is just wonderful. So tell us a little bit of background on how this came to be.
Yeah, well, this particular song, "You're All So Beautiful," it was a song that my wife liked, and I certainly liked it because I like both versions, Billy Preston and Joe Cocker's version, and but I was doing some original material at the time in the studio, and Margie said to me, "Well, you've done other covers before. You've done covers like Hello, It's Me and Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight and Summer Breeze, and those arrangements were really good, and I think you can do something with this one." And so I said, "Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll try it, see what I can do with it." And the more I played around with it, the better it sounded, and that's kind of how it came about. And I was really pleased with the result. I think it captured a lot, what I do, in the song.
As you should be. I mean, it is just amazing. And, for the listeners who obviously follow you and know who you are, everybody knows that you were the primary songwriter and arranger for the Isley brothers during their gold and platinum years, and also through the spin-off group of Isley-Jasper-Isley. Give me just a little bit of a background, if we may, going back in time. I know that you have you started at a very young age. For those who don't know, I believe, if I understand, I know you're the youngest of 7 siblings, and you started studying classical music at a very young age. And my question always, and I love knowing the history of this, is was it in Cincinnati that you had lived, you had graduated from, but that's where it started before you then later moved to New York? Or if you could just take us through the history of how this all came to be for Chris Jasper.
Yeah, well, I think I was around 7 years old when I first started to take piano lessons, and how that came about was that my mother, she used to hear me playing songs by ear, like that I heard on the radio, and she said, you have a talent for, you have a good ear and you have a talent for playing. Why don't you should learn how to read music? And she happened to know a professor from the conservatory in Cincinnati who went to our church. And she said, maybe I can, set up, that you can take lessons from Professor Gibbs, and I said, okay, because I love music, and I started taking lessons from him, and he started to teach me things, about how composers would put together their pieces, their melodies, how they would introduce new themes, how they would, do their harmonies, and how the harmonies and melodies coincided, and and all those mechanics of songwriting and composing, and that really got me on my start to songwriting, because I was always interested in how people wrote songs, and I wanted to be a composer, and I told him that, and he said, well, if you want to be a composer, you got to work hard. You got to learn, just about how to write for all the instruments. You have to learn, analysis, learn how to analyze music. So. I said, sure, that's what I want to do, and he was a big help in helping me understand those things.
Well, obviously that help was very encouraging, because if I understand the story correct, while you were still in college, you had started writing. You had actually started writing for the Isley brothers, if I'm not mistaken, which is young, because obviously everybody knows who the Isley Brothers, R&B funk band, and a lot of hits that came out of there. And tell us a little bit of history of how that was for you. Still being in college, now you're writing for this super group. To be part of it, what was that like, and who gave you the nod?
Well, needless to say, I was extremely busy, because in studying composition, you not only have to go to all the other music classes, but you also have to write a piece of music and analyze pieces of music, the whole semester. So, first of all, I had a lot on my plate as far as college was concerned. And then, on the other hand, I had to do gigs and, do studio sessions, with the Isley Brothers, So it was a lot of work, but it was a really time when I learned a lot about production, how records were made, at the time, what went on in the studio, recording sessions, and then on the other hand, I was writing for different instruments, string instruments and horns and everything in the orchestra on the other side. So I'm glad I went through that because it gave me the ability to do what I do now, and that is, self-produce and play everything on my records. That's what I generally do. I usually play everything. Everything you heard on "You're So Beautiful," for example, I was playing everything on the record. So it really prepared me to do what I'm doing today.
We're going to have more of Entertainment Now in just a few.
Inspired women's footwear from Isola. Isola is a luxe collection of elegant, distinctive footwear for the modern woman, inspired by the finest things in life with intricate details, lavish materials, and sumptuous comfort. Isola's refined artistry and impeccable styling are perfectly suited to the discerning woman who knows that exquisite doesn't have to mean extravagant. Isola is spelled with an I, and the style of your life in sandals, wedges, heels, flats, pumps, or boots, with all styles on sale now at isolashoes.com. Look for Isola Shoes on Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. And of course, isolashoes.com. That's ISOLA shoes.com. isolashoes.com.
Hi, this is Chris Jasper, formerly of the Isley Brothers, and you're tuning in to Gail Scott Key's Entertainment Now, all new Tap the Mic Radio Network.
You know what's so fascinating, Chris, is that also with your writing ability, it's one thing to write for a lot of big bands, but what is really, really fascinating is that you have also produced, performed, and written music for other artists, including, and I'm so excited, the most recent addition to the Gold City label under you is your son, Michael Jasper, because he also had debuted his music. I believe it was 1 or 2 years ago, I think was the last time that when I had you on. Oh my goodness, you've got to be so excited. The apple of your eye, out there performing, taking the stage. Do you see the same in him when he is now, in the studio and producing his music and having his dad there? What do you see? It must be amazing to have him near, which you've been doing all your life.
Oh, it's great because I've seen him develop as a young kid, and seeing him be self-motivated, to go after the projects that he's working on the way he does. I mean, I don't have to tell him anything. He's in there. He's working hard. He asks for my input, too. And what am I doing here? Do I have to change this or do that? I mean, he's really has a good attitude, towards music, and he even helps. He does a lot of the rhythms on my music. If you hear those, really, great beats and stuff, he has a lot to do with that, and he just has that knack for rhythms, and how to put together a song production-wise. He just has that, and it's just great working with your family, and my other son, Nick, he does the artwork too on the projects, the album covers and all that. So, and then Margie, she works, with me with everything, all the administrative stuff, and even sings background, on some of the records.
What?
I mean, it's fantastic.
I didn't know that.
It's fantastic to be able to work with your family that way,
Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. I mean, I just am so thrilled. When I got in this business, little did I know I would ever have the honor of speaking to a lot of the artists that I've heard on the radio, and you absolutely being one of them. Not only the honor of having you once on my show, but having you on twice. And I know all of you out there listening with the greatest of envy, listen. I'm going to tell you right now, again, Chris Jasper, who is a Hall of Famer and Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, is joining me right now. We're talking about his new CD, Share With Me, which I played at the beginning. You're So Beautiful. Oh, that song is so wonderful. The CD, Chris, it launches out September 19th, and some people obviously have been checking out on your official website some of the songs, but you've also, let's talk about gospel, because once again, you take me from chills to really big chills with your version of How Great Thou Art. And this song, it almost brings me to tears when I talk about it because it means so much for me personally. What did it mean for you to do this single?
It meant a lot to me because, first of all, it was one of my mother's favorite hymns, and she's no longer with us. But it's also one of Margie's favorite hymns too. And again, she sold me on it the same way she sold me on "You Are So Beautiful." She said, you do such good productions, that maybe you should try to do something with this one, because it's a very popular hymn, and she loved it, and my mom loved it, and so I gave it a shot, and started working with it and doing the orchestration, and it was funny when I didn't practice singing it that much because I was so focused on getting the production right, and I didn't practice it because I knew the hymn so well. I just figured, well, okay, I know the melody, I know most of the words, so I didn't really rehearse it that much. But when I went into the studio, everything just clicked with it. It was just amazing that I felt as though I was listening to someone else do it, but I was the one singing. It was kind of a out of the body kind of experience, because I didn't even feel like I was singing, And I tell you, when I finished, my words were exactly like I said, "Did I just do that?" And the engineer was in there smiling, and Margie was in there smiling and halfway crying, And
yes.
I was like, "Did I just do that?" I mean, because it was just it just came out so naturally, Well, and it was just a spiritual experience for me to do it.
I have to share this with you, and I'm going to try and do it without crying because honestly, it's just like when you first came on my show, my dad was a huge fan of yours. He didn't even know it till the last minute, and he was so sorry. And my father was a Baptist minister, and my father was going through dialysis and stuff, and we would sing a lot of hymns, and this was one of his most favorite songs, I kid you not. So unfortunately, my father, it's been 3 years, he had passed. And so when you sent me How Great Thou Art, I had to really compose myself. And I know for even the listeners and fans of yours, they're going to feel the same. And I couldn't stop crying. So my husband walked in and he said, "Are you okay? What's the matter?" And I was just like, "Chris Jasper." He's like, "Chris Jasper?" He's like, "What happened?" I said, "No, you don't understand. I just listened to How Great Thou Art," that he did. And it was just like I felt like my dad was there. And I'm sure, just like you said, your mom had influenced, with a lot of, Baptist singers, and they have a lot of these songs going on. And so I can't even tell. The timing was amazing when you sent that to me. And it gave me chills. So that's why I'm going to play it in a few minutes so everybody can join in tears because, you're going to be like, "Why is she crying?" But I just wish he was here to hear it, but he heard it in his own way, I'm sure, just like with your mom. And I am just blown away by you, Chris. I am so, so excited. And we have a few minutes, and of course, again, I want to share with everybody, as you guys are tuning in, Chris Jasper is going to release his new CD, Share With Me. And I'll tell you, I'm trying to share some of the most poignant songs. There are a lot that are going to be on the CD. The CD is going to be released September 19th. And Chris, I know I've thrown out for your website, but which is chrisjasper.herenow.com, some other places where people can go to also check out and get their hands on your new CD. Where would they go?
Well, I think you can get to everything from chrisjasper.com, but, iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, those just, a few. And then, it's going to be available, on CD too. So, even some of the stores had it. I even saw the other day that Walmart online had it. So you can go almost anywhere, I think, and find it.
Chris Jasper album Share With Me is scheduled to drop on September 19th. Folks, do not miss it. And for more Chris Jasper music links and information, you can go right to his site. Visit Chris Jasper's official website, chrisjasper.hearnow.com. Chris, as always, it is an honor, and I hope you will stick around just for a few minutes with me as I close out the show with everybody.
Sure, absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful. And for all of you tuning in, don't forget, you can tune in on Facebook and on YouTube. You can join me. I've got some new hours, as I said before. I know I'm switching everything up. You can join me on Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And once again, I will help to kick off your weekend. You can join me at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Gail Scott Keys, Entertainment Now, only on the brand new Tap the Mic Radio Network.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the works thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power through the universe display. Then sings my soul, my Savior, God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior, God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Oh, how great glades I wander and hear the birds sing sweetly in the tree. When I look down from lofty mountain grandeur, oh yeah, and hear the brook and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior, God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior, God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. How, yeah, how great thou art. I think that God, oh yeah, his son not sparing, sent him to die. I can't take it in, oh no, that on the cross, my burden gladly bearing, he died to take away my sins. Then sings my soul, my Savior, God, to thee. God to thee. Oh, how great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. We really know how great thou art. When Christ shall come, how great thou art. With a shout of acclamation, how great thou art. Take me home. How great thou art. We really know how great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. We really know how great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. We really know how great thou art. How great thou art. How great thou art. We got that and more. Entertainment now. Wanna welcome you. What you hear is new. Entertainment.
You've been listening to Gail Scott Key's Entertainment Now, brought to you in part by Isola, inspired women's footwear. Isola's collections are perfectly suited to the discerning woman seeking exquisite design. Visit the website at isolashoes.com, ISOLA shoes.com. Tune in to Gail Scott Key's Entertainment Now Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and Saturdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on the Tap the Mic Radio Network. You can also hear the show on Blog Talk Radio and YouTube. Visit and like us on Facebook and tweet Gail at Diva, the number 4, YOY. I'm Dorian J. Thanks for listening.
Entertainment.